Hello, hello, people. Welcome, welcome.
Howdy, y'all.
My name's Karma Sutra.
And I'm M. Dot.
We're, members of almost30something.com. That's our blog, in case you didn't know. Right now, we're just going to have a little discussion. What are we talking about today, Mary?
We're talking about shacking up.
Shacking up.
Here we go.
But before we do that, we're going to need a little wine, because that's how we get down here at almost30something.com.
Red wine if you're a grown-up.
Yes, red wine. The Yellowtail. Check that out. Ow.
The fanciest of the cheap. We know.
So, Mary Shaw. Oh, well, cheers first of all. Cheers to our very first video blog, because we made it.
Yeah.
We finally made it, Mary. So we're going to talk about shacking up. What are your thoughts on shacking up, Mary? Because we're getting to that age. Like our blog is entitled Almost 30-something. We're not almost 30-something, but we're 25-ish at this point, you know? And we really are considering adulthood. Adulthood things that plague us. Plague me every day. Anyway.
Choices in life that are going to affect you for the rest of your life.
Right.
As opposed to choices before that would only affect you for a few years. Now I'm thinking about things like investment plans and buying a home.
Right.
And graduate schools and things of that nature. Things that are going to affect me in a much more long term. That's why I think shacking up is one of those important things that, I feel like we should talk about.
Definitely. Because if any of us are in a relationship, which, I date. What about you? Do you date?
I'm dating now.
You date. And so, at some point, we have to question, when is it time? When is it time to make that move? And when we finally decide that we want to make the move with somebody, first of all, who the hell is it going to be? Number one. That's first off.
Absolutely. Because you just can't share your space with anybody.
You damn right. Because I like my space.
Ooh, space is so good.
Space is essential in a relationship, ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh, cheers.
You know what?
Cheers to space.
We just gonna drink to whatever the hell we can drink to here on almost30something.com. And you know what?
Oh, that was succulent.
That's delicious.
Real succulent.
When you finally make that decision with the right person, or who we feel is the right person, because we never know. Because I watched the Craigslist serial killer movie the other night on Lifetime, and you never know who the hell you're marrying or dating. But anyway, I digress. The point is, when you finally make that decision, how do you know what you're supposed to do? How do you know what's right?
I mean, me personally, I haven't lived with anyone at this stage in my life. I've dated people, and it's never been more than a few nights at someone else's house or at my apartment or whatever, what have you. It's never been, here we are in this committed situation where we are going to live here, we're going to share expenses, and we're going to actually share our lives together, not just talking on the phone every day, not just being in the same places together, but actually learning how to exist. Learn how to exist as two people in one space.
And boy, learning how to exist in one space, a hell of a project. Because, absolutely. I mean, when you're dating somebody, they're all cute. The things they do are real cute.
They're adorable.
They're
but
so
when
cute.
You live with them.
Oh, it gets ugly. It gets ugly, don't it? I mean, I've had people stay over and they put my towel, my hand towel a certain way in my bathroom, and my eyes start twitching, and I'm just like, you fucked up my hand towel, and now I'm upset.
Oh no, when I go into the bathroom, and I know that you haven't lived with your mother in a long time, because you left the toilet seat up.
It's a little thing.
In my bathroom. Put it down.
Things.
Just put it down. You lifted it up.
Yeah.
Why can't you put it back down?
It's quite that simple.
Actually, why can't you just pee through the seat? Stop going hands-free on your urine.
No hands.
I'm just saying. No hands.
Look, Ma.
I understand.
But we digress.
For real.
But what I'm really trying to get at here, what we're really trying to get at here is, I mean, should you live with someone? Should you sign a lease? Should you sign that mortgage? Should you make those plans with someone if you're not married? If you haven't signed the papers.
Okay.
If you haven't signed the papers. I mean,
that's a good one. I feel, for me, I know that I wouldn't feel as comfortable entering into that situation without a marriage. Not living with someone, because I would live with someone, but as far as signing...
Should you live with someone? Should you sign a lease? Should you sign that mortgage? Should you make those plans with someone if you're not married? If you haven't signed the papers.
Okay.
If you haven't signed the papers. I mean,
that's a good one. I feel, for me, I know that I wouldn't feel as comfortable entering into that situation without a marriage. Not living with someone, because I would live with someone, but as far as signing a lease together or signing a mortgage together, because that in itself is a commitment on a legal document, which is all essentially a marriage is a commitment on a legal document. And some people may argue, well, it's a good test for that, and blah, blah, blah. Living together, fine, that's fine with me. But for us to enter into situations where we're tying our finances together, it's like we're tying all these other aspects of our lives together. Why can't we just go to the altar and tie the knot?
Okay, I'm going to have to... I love you to death, Mary Shaw. M. Dot says so. But...
Follow me.
Follow her on Twitter, girl. But... I'm going to have to disagree with you, because I really feel like you can live with someone and share your space and even share your finances, even if you're not married to the person. Because nowadays, marriage is such a
fleeting thing.
A fleeting thing. It's such a charade. It's for the glitz and the glamour and the
marriage is about weddings.
It's superficial.
And not about marriage.
It's superficial to me at this point. Don't get me wrong. I'm all about marriage. I hope to become a blushing bride one day.
Girl, blush on, blush on.
I'm a blush girl. But what I really hope for is love, and someone who can love me and share my interests, share my ideals, share my everything. And I think if we can do that, the marriage, the papers don't matter. And now, don't get me wrong, don't be no fool, ladies and gentlemen. PSA. PSA. This is a public service announcement from Karma Sutra and M. Dot Shaw. Says so. Whatever. I call her whatever the hell I want to call her. I've known her for 10 years. But here's the thing. Don't tie your finances don't put all your eggs in one basket. Then your mama tell you, don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Do not link all of your financial stability to one person if you are not 100%, actually 150% certain.
180% certain.
That you know that your money and your entire livelihood that is based on all your finances is going to be okay. Period.
Now, don't be foolish. I'm going to get real grandma-ish on you.
Uh-oh.
Now, don't you be foolish. And don't put your cart before the horse. And don't put your chickens in the hat, whatever the heck.
Don't count
you know what I'm trying to say.
Girl,
don't count them chickens before they hatch, because, listen, we all think it's lovely. We all think it's sweet, and we want to be in love. It's a wonderful thing. Love is
beautiful
wonderful.
When you're in love.
But don't get too excited, because always keep that getaway money. Like my daddy used to tell me, keep you account that they don't know about.
To know about. Your mama doesn't have to know. Your daddy doesn't have to. Even though he told you to get it, he don't even have to know you got it.
Right. I mean, it's not that you're keeping secrets from your mate.
You're just omitting some information.
You just omitting a little bit of information. And although you love your mate, you love you. A little bit more, just a little bit.
And you should love you a little bit more. If you don't love yourself a little bit more, I want to sit down and think about your relationship a little bit.
Just reevaluate your whole life, your whole surroundings. Just have a long talk with you.
With yourself. It's fine. Talk to yourself. It's beautiful.
I mean, hell, read a book. Just sit down, read a book, meditate. Write a poem.
Don't be afraid of that self-help section in that Barnes & Nobles. You don't walk by and I know you done looked at it.
Mary's done been in it. She's been in it 3 times this week. Sitting there in the self-help section.
I'm an addict, girl.
So don't be ashamed. And, I mean, so I think, what have we concluded to here today, Mary? We've concluded what I personally feel this is my stance. I'm gonna repeat myself because I like to make sure that people got it. I feel there's nothing wrong with living with someone outside of wedlock. I mean, how the hell are you gonna get to know the person? How are you gonna get to know their habits and all the things that you might get surprised with when you get married? But don't put all your eggs in one basket, and don't you be foolish, girl. Get you an account of your own. Get you some stability on your own. And this goes for men too. I'm not just talking to women. I'm talking to everybody. Do what's good for you in the long run. I'm not saying be selfish. Just do what's good for you.
Okay. My closing thing, I guess, is I'm not against shacking up. I would do it. Living with someone, I feel, is a good testament to what may happen in marriage. And there are no statistics that prove definitively either way where living together helps or harms a relationship. My only thing is be careful who you tie your finances to. Because
he could be the Craigslist killer.
I mean, you never know.
And then you wouldn't want that, would you?
You never know. So just be aware of who you're getting involved with. Living together is fine. He can stay at your place. You can stay at his place even. But just know that if you're going to enter into these financial legal agreements, such as leases and mortgages, if things don't work out, it may get ugly. And you may see a side of someone that you never thought you were going to see.
Lord have mercy. And we don't want those problems.
We don't want that.
You don't want no problems.
You don't want no problem with me.
On that note, I think we're done, Mary. I think we've told the people all that they need to know.
I think we got it.
Don't be no fool. Do you.
Always.
But don't be no fool.
All right. Well, good.
It's 4 in the morning, she calling my phone.